I just got back from Europe. The US is screwed more than I realized. I know. I should have known better. I live in what is considered a LCOL area in the Midwest, but once we landed in major cities in Northern Europe, everything was cheaper. The food, the transportation, grocery store, activities, everything. Even going into a pharmacy for bandages was half the cost of a Walmart. My kiddo, knowing I have anaphylactic issues, was like, at least we know the healthcare is covered. Seriously looking to move now. I love my life, but I could totally recreate that in many other countries. Sitting here with my few sick days and little vacation time each year. Just returned from 2 weeks in Eastern and Central Europe. The good old USA not looking so good in so many ways. I'm not going to say Europe is utopia, but the US could certainly do better in so many ways. 3 options I see. 1. Work remote with US wages. 2. Have passive income from here or from assets in the foreign country. 3. Retirement with monthly benefits coming from the US. One of the most depressing and devious things the US government has done is convince people here that they don't really need to travel to other countries for any reason, which has insulated an overwhelming majority of the public against finding out exactly how much better things typically are in many other countries. Went to Australia for my honeymoon for 12 days just a couple weeks ago, and I feel the same way. The US is a hellhole, especially Florida where I live. 9 million Americans file taxes from foreign addresses. I have an aunt in France. Her son. My cousin is in Hong Kong, and I have one friend in Ireland and an ex-boss who moved to Spain. We are global now in more ways than one. Yeah, America is not the land of milk and honey as so many think it is. Did you also notice how the roads don't have gaping potholes? How did the people seem relatively healthy and content? Because people here in Missouri seem rather downtrodden and depressed. My wife and I try to share this happy bubble we created, but the wider culture seems like it's running on perfunctory mode. The apathy and nihilism are palpable. Even some of the Jesus-y people have given up on their beatific pretense. Wait until you actually look into doing it. Did you know you have to pay the US to renounce citizenship if you want to completely free yourself of US taxes? I looked into it when I wasn't sure how 2020 was gonna go down. It's rough. Things are cheaper, but their wages are lower. I've been all over the world and saw how some items were cheaper. But when you talk to people about their wages and taxes, it is real close to here. Keep in mind you make less money there. Skilled trade jobs make a lot less there than you do in the US. IT jobs are the same way. It's pretty widely known you can make more money in the US overall than you can in most of Europe. Prices tend to reflect wages in the country. My friend in Scotland is always complaining things are getting too expensive. Sound like something we complain about here? Some things are better over there. And the US has serious issues. But good Lord, people, Europe isn't a utopia for workers. I've known several people who live on Germany and UK over the years, and they complain about many of the same things we do. Part of the issue is the American media doesn't cover much negativity from Europe. In fact, our coverage of the daily ongoing from there is minimal. That's nice. Just be prepared that wages are also lower. At least for high-earning fields. Engineers, for example, can easily make 24 times more in the US than in Sweden. I was shocked when I started hearing about American salaries. But the cost of living is also very different. And if you want to work for a Swedish company, you'll get at least 5 weeks of vacation. Unlimited sick leave, though you need a doctor's note after 1 week. etc. Strong unions. From what I've heard, Americans who move here think we have better work-life balance. When I was in Denmark, I spent half of the time complaining about the price of just about everything. Groceries are cheaper though. The difference is, subreddits where the EU are asking, are those annual salaries actually real? Against. Well, 50% of my annual is gone off the top to taxes, but at least everything is covered. Same. I want out of this dump site. It's a third world country masquerading as a first world country. Just don't be a total pain when you move in the EU. Americans have a very bad rep. Visiting is not the same as living there. Just do your research first. The US overspends on its military, so a lot of the beneficial services offered by European governments are eaten up in the US by the military-industrial complex. Spent a year in Europe. 26 countries. Met a person traveling. Working. Traveling. I asked him how he liked it. He said something profound. After a while everything looks the same. I give the US 2 years before it declines. Goes to hell. I think that of the world too. We need to organize and revolt and make America great ag. Wait. I mean just get our standard of living where it should be.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic AurorasCast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.